Hi, I'm Rob and we're on to another T.W White Sons video review. Today's car's a Nissan Micra. So we have here a one owner from new Nissan Micra, an N Sport XTRON CVT, 1 litre. It's got around 90 horsepower, which is an automatic CVT. It's a full Nissan service history, last service in October 24, so we do a service later this year, and had its first MOT at that time point as well. So the vehicle won't need any sort of particular maintenance or servicing till at least November 2025. So it's looking really quite nice here in this off-white. It's a cream, I'm not totally sure the colour name, but it's got a nice contrast with the black parts here. It's namely the rear bumper splitter, which in itself has rear parking sensors. There's a camera just underneath the aperture there for where the Nissan badge is. Okay, so we walk around, you've got 17-inch gloss black alloys, unmarked all round. Privacy glass, of course, which is part of the N Sport spec, contrasting with the black detail at the bottom of the doors and your door mirror cover itself. And as you make your way around the front of the car, we have full automatic headlamps, which are LED. And yeah, no sensors on the front and no camera other than at the rear. So as I make my way around to the back of the car's got keyless entry. Again, you can use just by touching the button or use the key fob itself, of which there are 2. So as you enter the car into the boot, you've got a decent sized boot there. I believe the platform shared with Renault Clio, so that's got a similarly large boot as well. So you have a 60-40 split, easily removable parcel shelf, and then below the boot floor you've got a foam kit with compressor unit. There is no spare wheel. There is the locking wheel nut set though, so everything is complete as it should be within this vehicle. Shut the boot down, non-powered, doesn't need to be, it's a very lightweight boot. Enter the car at the back with the hidden door handles, and then you're into a leather and Alcantara mix for the interior, with a nice white sporting stripe, which is contrasting with the stitching running through the headrests. It's a free seatbelt rear bench, that's a 5-seat car, and of course there are Isofix on the 2 outer seats, namely these little marks here and here will allow the seat to attach correctly. Still got original Nissan mats in the vehicle, and then as you make your way around you can notice rear electric windows. That goes through to the keyless entry of course, but just grab the handle and that will open the car up. Into the driver's door cards, of which you'll see the same controls for windows and mirrors and power folding mirrors of course. The seats are marked, no wear, no monster marks, especially with a car with just under 24,000 miles on it, and just the one careful lady owner. You'll note that with these small cars, they're very highly equipped, certainly in the relation to safety features. So you'll note here we have a lane departure off switch, which will save you from drifting out of your lane and nudge you back in. The car can autonomously stop from the stop go technology, so when you're in traffic, come to a complete halt, the car, when it's fully warmed, is like to stop and then be ready just to put your foot on the throttle, and that will again start the car immediately. Wheels, a nice leather bound steering wheel matching the rest of the interior, but it's got a flat bottom which gives you a sporty feel. As I jump in, we'll power the car up, but the wheel itself multifunction. This is to control the controls and the digital display in front of you. This side is to do with the telephone preparation. You have an inbuilt speed limiter, but of course the cruise control function limiting on this area of the steering wheel. Coming across, it's got volume again for the audio, the ability to change tracks, be it a streaming track, and a backspace, which is more relevant once the car's powered up. So when you're ready to power up the car, there's a start button, put your foot on the brake, press it once for the key inside the vehicle of course. The mirrors then power out, and digital display pops up. So the middle section is digital, the outer 2 are analog. So what I'll do is I'll show you some of the functions on the steering wheel itself. So using the left hand spoke, you can move left and right, so okay that function. You've got chassis control. What that will do is it will give you the ability to manipulate the throttle and the steering weight, make the car feel more dynamic. Coming across again, we've got some warnings. I think if door opens it will then give you that insight, so again no warnings on the car currently. There's various settings you can configure through the digital display here. A digital speedometer, and again some average fuel consumption data and or fuel consumption or average speed. That was the word I was looking for. A tripometer, so you can have a recording trip, and you've got on a visual fuel gauge, which is on average will be reset from the last owner of the car, so that needs to be set up by the next owner. You can see it's 115 miles of range, and as I said earlier, just under 24,000 miles. Traffic sign reader, again, that will tell you the road speed you should be adhering to, and you can obviously marry that up with a digital speedo or your analog one on the right hand side there. Tells you all your radio functions, or if you're streaming music or you've paired any other sources like your Bluetooth for music, then it will show on the display screen. Equally on this side, which is your normal tablet display. So then coming through, driving aid, so of course the car has a lane departure function, which would just move the steering wheel back into lane, stopping you drifting into oncoming cars, traffic, etc. And then we're back to tyre pressure monitoring. Again, it will alert you which tyre is low, and you can see that tyre out, and we're back to the beginning. So coming up, we have a standard mirror here, which is not self-dimming. You also have the haptic display here, which will show you the key primary functions. So you can go in via menu if you choose, and what that would do is show you've got phone access for connecting your phone, streaming music and all your phone directory. You'll have audio access. Again, give it a tap and you've got AM, FM, DAB and Bluetooth audio streaming, or if you wish to plug into the connections below, there's a USB port there and a 12 volt there. That will be really for your tyre foam compressor unit. So there's no navigation built into this particular Micra, but there is a rear camera which you can activate just by tapping, or you can simply just put the car into reverse and it will show display behind you. If I move the steering wheel, it will move lines to guide you into the bay, and of course as you get closer it will pick up the rear park sensor set and beep you back to around 30 centimeters. So that's nice and easy to use, as is the gear shifter itself. You've got park, reverse, neutral, drive and low, which will just basically build in a little bit of engine braking for the car. Coming up, we have digital climate control. So you've got temperature control this side, nice and easy to use fan this side, and then you just pick your airflow through the car. The rear window and door mirrors are heated, so they will work in unison with one button pushed. So coming around the rest of the dash here and onto the door, there's a lovely theme running through the car, the white and black contrast with the suede and the leather finish. That has a small amount of leather effects on the door cards, nice bit of silver trim keeping the monochrome effects, even the air vents come to the party. More suede on the dash with a nice stitch running through, and even down to sort of nice stitched areas of just around the driver's area here, so your knee braces against a nice soft touchable pad. And then the wheels, as I say before, it's a flat bottom steering wheel for the N Sport experience, and then we've got more detailing around the air vents and more Alcantara to play with, nice and spherical. So fundamentally a really nicely well equipped little car. I'm sure this will serve its next owner as well as it did the cast owner. So let me hop out of the car. Okay, so what we are presented with here is a Nissan Micra 1 litre DGT 92 horsepower N Sport XTRON Auto. So it's a one owner vehicle with just under 24,000 miles, currently has a full Nissan service history, last serviced in October last year, and we're due servicing an MOT at the same point this year. So this car can be bought from us using our funding. We also encourage part exchanges, and this can be priced against this particular vehicle as well. So we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for your interest.